Good morning and welcome to Studio 365, powered by TableThink. Today is Tuesday, March 6th. My name is Joshua, and I'm here along with Pastor Kerrie Palmer, who studies life and tells the story of how to live the best life. We are so glad that you're with us today at Studio 365, and this month's fun fact focus is on a food that's being celebrated. Today is actually National, get ready for it, National Oreo Day.
What?
Yes,
I can't believe it. It's huge.
There is such a day. The cookie was actually first produced in 1912 by Nabisco. We hear that name a lot, which is the National Biscuit Company. That's the part I guess I didn't know.
That?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And the name Oreo was trademarked that year as well. So I hope that you will celebrate Oreos.
And you've put Oreos on my desk, so thank you. I love that. I do need to tell you about my story of Oreos.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so when my husband Greg and I were first married, like long ago, I would take the Oreos apart. I put the frosted side in my lunch, and then I gave Greg the unfrosted. And you know what? It just explains a lot about us. He likes plain and simple, and I like the frosting. Anyway,
wow.
I know. All right, so Studio 365 salutes.
Oreo Day. A very good day indeed. So, all right, let's do this thing.
Okay, so here's the basics. Start is the word for March. Starting something new, refusing to be stuck in the old is essential to live the best life. So today we're looking at how to do more than just talk about starting.
Right, because it is a lot of fun. I do enjoy talking about starting.
Right? I mean, I do too. But it's just easy to get stuck in, just talking about it and doing the same thing over and over with never really starting. And, it's easy to justify, well, these are the reasons that it won't work for me to start right now. And we fail to evaluate and strategize the way that we're going to start. So when we live the with God life, we are an active participant. We're not meant to be passive, and we need to understand that starting means that we go through the open door that God gives us to see a bigger picture.
Sometimes it's hard to see beyond the religious rhetoric.
I know. Did I just do that? I think it might have been a little bit. And I agree. I mean, it's hard to live in those kind of constraints, but here's about the truth to come up for you. Here you are. There's a book called Joshua.
I like that.
I thought you would.
It's a good name.
About a man named Joshua. Mm-hmm. I think this book's written for you.
It might be, yeah.
Maybe you should just memorize it and then come back and give us a reciting. Anyway, Joshua took over leadership from Moses. We've been mentioning that, who was really a big deal kind of leader. And Moses had led the people out of slavery through the Red Sea to the edge of the land that God had promised for them. But they never went across it. For 40 stinking years, they were stuck on the edge, waiting to get started because they didn't see the bigger picture. In fact, this is kind of weird. They sent 12 spies to go into that land and to evaluate the situation. And here's what they came up with. 10 out of 12 spies said to stay put. I think that's a stat. Yes. And so they did. They were eventually stuck for those 40 stinking years. Joshua, you've not even lived for 40 years.
Yeah, so I guess from my perspective, 40 years is bigger than life.
Yeah, in your perspective. Yeah. That's true. So here's Joshua, the leader, the ancient leader, you're a leader too, who, by the way, was one of the two spies who said, let's get started and enter in. So he had this in him, but he was trapped by the other's limited view. And sometimes we let others trap us. He was 40 years older. Think about that one.
Wow. When
he finally was able to start. You see, we impact those around us by either saying, let's get started, or we can't. And I can only imagine how he felt when they finally got started. Here it is in Joshua 1:11.
Yeah, it says, go through the camp and tell the people, get your provisions ready. 3 days from now, you will cross the Jordan here to go in and take possession of the land the Lord your God has given you for your own.
Okay, so I made a list from this particular passage of truth and wisdom. So are you ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, here's today's life list. Number 1, delegate. Joshua instructed leaders. That means give away whatever you can. It's easy to think we need to do it all, and we burn out before we actually get started. Number 2, Make a task list. Get your provisions ready, as Joshua did. Evaluate what is needed to enter into your new project. Number 3, set your due date. Joshua said it was 3 days. Most people need a date to get it done because why? We will procrastinate until we get there, right?
Never heard of that.
No, sure. Yeah. Okay, number 4. He uses the words, what will occur? You will across the Jordan River. See, that's success when we say will. I will do this. And we need to have that word in our action plan because number 5, we need to finally take action. We need to enter in. And here's the life learned message from these 5 points of the life list today. You will receive what God promised when you start. And I'm telling you, Joshua, this works. I've used it for many of my starts.
Yeah, I love it. I think that is a great list, and that's something that we can all apply to help us quit maybe talking so much and actually start doing some of these things.
I agree. So let's start the day and take action. I'll talk to you, Joshua, and our friends tomorrow in Studio 365.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of Studio 365. And make sure to go to our website, studio365daily.com. You know, you can subscribe to us on iTunes, and you can get this by email or social media. So make sure to tell a friend, make sure to subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow.